Welcome back to the Box2Box Podcast.
This is episode 22, and today we will be reviewing this weekend's Premier League games.
Then we're going to go over to Barca and Bayern, who had major showings this weekend.
And obviously, it's game week 1 of the Champions League, so we're going to give our predictions.
All that and more on the Box2Box Podcast.
Let's go.
You ain't going home,
Your
bro.
Honor, I'm sorry. Your Honor, I'm sorry. If we don't compete with City, this is a failure of a season. You've
Okay,
raised
so
your
I can already tell you, I'll tell you in advance, you failed.
I'm going to take a central midfielder, Federico Valverde.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's
He has
crazy.
been the worst midfielder for Real Madrid this season.
That's
By
like saying,
far.
that's like saying Neymar was the worst player in MSN. Big sporting weekend. International break is finally over. I mean, I was enjoying those Italy showings a little bit too much.
France win.
Exactly. Spalletti's starting to cook with the national team. But aside from that, UFC, we had F1. This was a good sporting weekend.
This is everything's finally back. Even, let's say, a bit of American football was back too. But unfortunately, as a Dolphins fan, wasn't that great of a weekend.
This was an exceptional weekend over at UFC, if we're being for real here. Even though UFC-wise, it wasn't the best weekend because your boy might kind of be a Sean O'Malley fan. But
I'm glad.
footballing-wise,
I'm glad that O'Malley. I'm not to get into UFC too much, but listen, to get dominated, if you're a champ and you get dominated at that level,
Goodness gracious.
Georgia, we up, bro.
I didn't know we had many UFC fans because obviously in our Patreon, we just did a Q&A over on our Patreon, and there was a lot of UFC questions about the Sphere and the event at the Sphere. Look, the event at the Sphere was amazing.
Wait, tell the people who don't know, who aren't familiar with the Sphere
Sphere?
and
Tell
all
me,
that.
because I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
So
They
this-
just hear UFC Sphere.
The Sphere is in Las Vegas, okay? And it's meant to be like this like world changing. I would say like entertainment business
Extremely
changing.
innovative. Like,
Yeah. It's instead of a stadium, it's one big sphere, and basically it's one the whole
Screens.
stadium is a screen.
Yeah.
So everywhere you look, it's basically like you're in VR.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So like you're sitting, let's say you're sitting front and center, you know, like your entire peripheral vision is just screen. So they can technically display a setting like the sky above you. So you're almost like it's insane. And the fact that the outside of the stadium is LED as well.
So
like
it's like you're there.
Like when you're outside, when you're walking up to it, they can project anything they want on the
When,
outside.
when you're in Las Vegas, it's the first thing you notice.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
I haven't been
It's
since they made it.
it's the most obvious. Like you can't miss it.
But
That
what do they rent it out and then they show different type of events? Or
They do advertisements, or let's say when F1 was there, they had like they actually had the rankings of the drivers while the race was happening on the Sphere.
Well, they were playing the UFC.
Yeah.
They were playing the UFC fights outside on the Sphere. So if you're in your hotel room, you can watch it.
Firms, have you ever seen? I'm sure you've seen those videos on Instagram or YouTube, whatever. They show like
Yes,
the emoji, like the emoji face outside, like on the Sphere.
yeah.
This is unprecedented in the entertainment world. This is not technologically wise. This has never happened before, and now they plan to open like way more. Like they're planning on opening one in London. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm sure China's had this
really
for.
sick.
China's probably had this
I
for
don't
half a
know
decade.
because I haven't seen any
Bro.
videos about it.
China has skylines that every building is
has
a two-way mirror
thought
that's
that
a LED.
Have you
Wow.
seen that bar in, I don't know if it's in LA or in Austin, Texas. I think it's actually in Texas, where it's like you're at the game.
You're at Old Trafford.
Yeah. For me, that's one of the things I actually would like visit Austin, Texas just to go to.
Wild.
That was low key.
That's a Discord moderator activity.
That's
Barbara.
like a mini sphere. That's like a mini sphere if you think.
I want to
Yeah,
attend
okay.
the virtual Old Trafford game in Austin, Texas. Just go to.
I think at that point you might as well just go to
No,
Old
but
Trafford.
the Austin, I think it's only like I'm saying only, but it's like $60 or $70. But bro, you actually feel like you're at the game.
Yeah, well, did you see you're basically sitting at the corner flag and you're viewing the game as if you're there. Like, it's nuts.
They did it for their college game because like the Texas University, whatever, and it was like you were behind the end zone, so you saw the game like vertically.
Okay.
Which is, I feel like it could be a little off-putting because you're like like what am I like? I'm trying to watch the game. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think it looks really, really cool. I hope that's something that's more accessible.
Yeah.
In other cities.
But for UFC, so it was it because of Mexican Independence Day?
Mexican Independence Day is the biggest fighting day of the year.
So they chose to do the same fight night as
Canelo Alvarez.
as Canelo fighting, which was, I mean, logistically it doesn't make sense because those are two events that I would like get together with some friends to watch. So to put them on the same night at the same time.
Yeah, but they're not owned by the same person, so they have different motivations.
Listen, we're not going to act here. Boxing's struggling. The WBC, like, no one's watching WBC belts like they're watching, the heavyweight UFC fighter of the world.
But Canelo every year fights on Mexican Independence Day and Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, every single year. He doesn't miss. So
he was passionate yesterday. There was there was something in there for him.
Mexican people are very proud of their independence and their history. So, but yeah, it was an amazing weekend for entertainment because, look, one Man United result the other way, it wouldn't have been that amazing.
For Southampton.
But
one tie versus Empoli changes the whole weekend, bro.
Telling me, bro, Monza ruined my weekend.
Venezia win, by the way.
Don't worry, they're strong.
Who won F1, by the way? Because I didn't watch.
So, I mean,
Piastri, brother.
Yeah, Oscar Piastri, which has been pretty exceptional recently. Yeah, Firms.
He won?
Firms, he's good.
That McLaren's a dog.
I know, but McLaren is so... I mean, actually, it was the qualifying, the reason why Norris wasn't up there. And Norris still got up there. But I think McLaren was quick to give all the keys to Norris, where Piastri...
I think he's taken a couple of those keys off that keychain.
Yeah, Piastri might start knocking at the door for that number one spot eventually.
I think he deserves it right now, honestly. The thing about Norris is that I feel he seems very entitled to have that number one spot. Does he deserve it, yes or no?
A lot of hate he gets. For what reason, I'm not sure.
I do think he deserves some of that hate. Just
Lando?
Yes.
You're one of those haters?
That's my reaction, Valver.
I'm slightly a hater.
If you're not involved in the drama, you wouldn't know, but he's a baby on the mic.
Yes.
Yes, but bro, this guy's like breaking down walls for F1 the F1 business, bro. This guy Max Verstappen's the biggest name in F1 and Lewis Hamilton obviously. But his personality, and he streams, and he has that YouTube channel for F1. I'm not sure what it's called, Quateca or something like that, but he's doing very innovative stuff in terms of entertainment.
Verstappen does that. Verstappen streams more, probably.
Verstappen just streams and plays his racing simulator and just sits there and like he doesn't.
Yeah, but that's greatness you're watching.
Yeah, that sounds.
That
sounds fun to watch.
Anyway, I don't want a streamer as my F1 driver. I want Charles Leclerc.
I mean, Charles Leclerc is
I know, but he has a beautiful girlfriend. He got a nice dog. He has aura.
He has
guy dresses nice.
Beautiful girlfriend.
Daytona.
Beautiful girlfriend.
Daytona. What's the car?
Did I mention he has a beautiful girlfriend?
SP3 Daytona.
No, also has a beautiful girlfriend.
We pushed up on that.
We pushed up on that. I know it's written down there right at the top of our list.
Somewhere
Charles Leclerc girlfriend. But no, I don't know. There's a certain like a ruggedness of an F1 is supposed to be like Marlboro sponsored,
like bad
boys, not like guy wearing a dinosaur hat,
that
a yogi.
Completely changed after Drive to Survive. I feel like,
bro, those casuals will come and go. Those casual F1 fans, like you watch F1 for one season and
you're gonna stay no matter what, even if they change their
of course.
So
F1 fans are gonna stay no matter if Marlboro is a sponsor or Toys R Us is the sponsor.
But they ain't watching it like we watch.
Yeah,
we've been watching it. It's been 3-4 years. But listen,
we're gatekeeping.
I don't want to gatekeep. That's what I'm trying to say.
F1 gatekeepers.
I don't want to gatekeep because I want the sport to be popular. I want the sport to do well. We have in-house physicist to explain why DRS was not enabled properly.
So I'm almost an engineer. I'm not quite there, but I'm almost an engineer. I don't know if you've seen the clips. I don't know if you can understand them, but basically this guy, so for those who aren't F1 fans, there's a back wing on an F1 car. And because there's a wing that stays closed when you're doing the corners, it basically creates downforce. Downforce is what helps you stick to the track. Yeah. If there was no back wing and there was no front wing, you would accelerate. Your car would start like basically flying. There would be too much like lift on the car and not enough downforce. So what happens on straights, Favre? They open the DRS, right? You guys are familiar with DRS?
Yeah.
If you're within a second of the car in front of you,
you could open.
You have DRS. It's supposed to just encourage overtaking.
Your speed.
Yeah, exactly. Because it stops
airflow.
Yeah, it stops drag. It basically stops drag. So when you're on the straight, you want that to be pretty much open. So because you don't need downforce, you're not cornering. And so these cars, and it's the Mercedes and the McLaren, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
That are kind of, people are getting suspicious about
More
this.
than McLaren because they won,
Yeah.
but Mercedes.
But the Mercedes also turned around.
I mean,
recently.
Russell got a podium too.
Yeah.
So
And so there's a little bit of, if you're watching the back of these cars, like on their cameras, there's bouncing in their
wing?
in their rear wing, but like bouncing in the piece that opens and closes for the DRS system. So what the bouncing is doing is on straights where they don't have DRS, because you can only use this opening DRS, which is dynamic rear. What is it? What does DRS stand for? Anyway, it's
drag reduction system.
drag reduction system. You can only use it if you're within a second of the person in front of you. So if you're in the lead, you can't open your
use
DRS.
DRS.
Yeah.
It's made so that the people behind you can kind of catch up. So if it's bouncing, it's opening, allowing air to pass through it. So you're technically getting like cheating
Yeah. Like
DRS
you're
in the
using
meantime.
DRS.
You're using DRS without opening your back wing.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and a lot of people have said in the past, F1 is not about it's not about playing fair. It's about finding what's legally unfair, like finding the.
And then they just patch it after.
And then they patch it, and they've done that before many times, where they like people say, "Oh, that's illegal," and then the FAA says, "No, that's legal, but we're patching it."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like the Mercedes drag when the steering wheel, they pull on the steering wheel.
That was crazy.
That was crazy, but like they patched
Where they
it.
changed the camber on their car, I think. or
Yeah,
something
like
that.
you see the wheels like
The wheels are
going up.
tilting?
Yeah, that was crazy.
No way.
These guys are mad scientists.
Yeah.
Bro, the same way like football is the ultimate refinement of like
Sport.
footballing ability, like whatever. F1 is the engineering, is the refinement of engineering.
What's up with
sporting.
this engineering brother who got 30 million from Aston Martin a year?
Adrian Newey?
That's Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the Pep Guardiola
Of
F1.
engineers.
Adrian Newey.
Yeah, Adrian Newey. He was with Red Bull, kind of.
For 20 years almost.
Yeah,
15
pushed
years.
like he's the reason why they're so great right now.
He joined Mercedes.
And now
No,
he
he joined
joined
Aston
Aston
Martin.
Martin.
Aston Martin.
Lance
Aston Martin.
Stroll, Lawrence Stroll's father,
Yeah,
dropped a
okay.
bag.
That's some Canadian bills
Yeah.
right there.
Streets are Montreal Bills right there.
Montreal Bills.
Streets are saying that they might be targeting Verstappen.
Yeah, I heard.
Low key, Red Bull's looking like a jump ship kind of situation. They
Yeah.
don't know what to do with Sergio Perez.
Bears is shit.
Drove
Drove into the back of Sainz.
Yeah, first of all, Sainz should be third
On
place.
Mexican independence.
Couldn't believe it.
Could not believe
Could
it.
not believe it.
I was about to start celebrating Mexican Independence Day, and then your boy just drove in the back of my car.
All of a sudden, I'm questioning things. Unfortunately, but listen, that's the F1 talk. That's
Yeah.
our daily F1 talk.
That was a little bit intense of an S1 talk, but
There was too much that happened that race. That's
Yeah.
why Sainz
bro,
50th,
lap 50. This happened. The driving in the back of Sainz's car happened on lap 50 of 51.
And down the straight, they're going like this. Boom, crash into the wall. Race is done.
And the DRS thing happened in this race too, or
But yeah, DRS happened in this race.
But it's
too.
been happening.
It's
Okay.
been happening. It's just
This
exactly-
leakage
now
this
it's
leakage of air through the back wing of
Couldn't believe it.
certain vehicles.
But anyways, let's get back to the sport that
People actually click on this for.
I
Yeah.
mean, listen, a couple people say they watch for the F1 talk, but we'll get into the football now. Listen, this weekend, first weekend back from international break, I think
Bro,
everyone
nothing
was
big
feeding-
happened. Like it was a common Arsenal win in a derby.
Common.
Like, it's bro. Has Ange Postecoglou ever won a North London derby?
No, he hasn't.
Should
But
he?
it took Gabriel for my.
Gabriel.
It
Gabriel.
took a Gabriel header to score and actually give Arsenal the lead because they weren't doing that much that game. It was
They
low-key
were
a snooze
doing
fest.
nothing. Bro,
Snooze
Arsenal games are always snooze fests. Arsenal, everyone likes to speak how good they are. They're a very boring team.
They win though.
What does boringness have to do with good or bad?
They're not going to be memorable. Even when they do win, it won't be memorable because the way you do stuff is as important as if you do it.
No.
That is a
That's
big like
so
Juventus
wrong.
have proven that for 10
That is
years.
so
that it
wrong,
does
Barbara.
not happen.
Atletico, you are the guy that rates Atletico Madrid when they play the least entertaining football, and this has been like a
Atletico
cornerstone of
Madrid
Atletico Madrid.
have as much XG created as Real Madrid this season.
Bro, you literally just made up that fact.
No, I didn't. I checked it.
You
today.
check the Atletico
Atletico
Madrid
does
XG
attack
stats.
a
They
lot.
won 3
Now they
nothing
do.
today against Valencia.
Yeah.
They did win 3-0.
Bro, Allegri scored 3 goals. He's managed the game where Juventus scores 3 goals.
But
It's anomaly.
Arteta, that's the type of manager he is. He's an Allegri manager. He's a
Not necessarily.
Simeone manager. That's the type of manager that he is.
It's not a bad trait.
I'm not
to
saying
be-
it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
just
Only
saying,
these two can find hate in a 1-0
it's
win.
just, bro. People speak of it as if Arteta is this Guardiola regen.
He is.
Yeah. Okay.
He copies Guardiola.
Guardiola would be ashamed of the performance that was dropped today.
Goodness gracious.
No, he wouldn't.
After this game, do you think that? Listen, the derbies they hype up a lot pre-match, week like the week fall, like up and coming to that game, like do you think this hurts the stature of, let's say, a North London derby? Not saying it has a ton of
I don't give
stature.
a shit about a North London derby,
But-
if I'm being for real.
But listen,
The
like,
Manchester derby hasn't been entertaining in God knows how long.
Bro,
because they-
Manchester derbies haven't been entertaining.
Bro, you lift your FA Cup final, bro.
Okay, whatever.
Bro, when have you won except the FA?
When we beat Man City, we came back and beat them when they were about to clinch the title.
When was
that
this?
happened.
2012.
I need to get dates and shit.
Oh my god.
Okay, so while Varver does that, let's actually talk about the game.
Yeah.
Solanke, how do you guys think he's fitting into the system? Because
Not at
it
all.
doesn't look like last season's Solanke whatsoever.
I feel the goals will start coming, but you could tell that he's a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm looking at the Spurs team, and there are good players, but I just like when they're playing together,
It seems like
they're
it
not in
falls flat.
sync. Yeah.
I
The
find it very-
cohesion, they lack cohesion.
I think it really falls flat. Solanke, I kind of felt that when they brought him in, okay, it was a decent signing, but for the fee that they paid, I honestly think it was a risk.
Are we looking at a Richarlison again?
I'm not. I won't go so far as to say Richarlison.
Richarlison was nasty before he joined Spurs.
I agree. No, at Everton he was.
He wasn't nasty. Everyone knew as soon as that transfer went through that that's a terrible transfer.
I don't think.
I don't know if everyone
I don't
agree
think
with that.
everyone said it was
Bro,
terrible.
he was 80 mil.
80 mil?
So Charles
And
was 70 or 80
and
mil.
Solanke was how much?
64, 65 or
How did I
something.
miss this?
Because Spurs is such a small club that Oliver Skiplever, but Spurs is such a small club that people just don't care.
I don't know. So, Solanke, listen, you could give him time, benefit of the doubt, but it's just not looking potent at all.
I don't think he was the reason why Spurs didn't attack well. Like, I mean,
I think that's too much.
Son
blame.
played well. Apart from that, I feel like they were just struggling to break down Arsenal. They're just very good
Bro,
defensively.
they lack talent versus a team that has been extremely solid.
Yeah. It's just what it is.
Timber should have been sent off. In my personal opinion,
Goodness
he should have been sent off. He got that yellow card originally, and then he starts grabbing Vicario like this. While last year against Crystal Palace, Casemiro got a red card for doing the
Oh,
same
but
thing.
when Mosquera sticks his finger up Gabriel's something, then there's not even a yellow card there.
Bro, I said that should have been.
Varvar,
yellow.
you're-
And then Havertz gets
Bro, that
choked
low
down.
key should have been more than yellow.
And then-
bro. It should have been put him in jail.
Yeah, I know, fine for sure. And then he chokes Havertz 2 plays before and doesn't get a yellow. So the standard, there are Premier League double standards.
Varvar, I gotta say, you're becoming very soft with these calls. First, the
Not very
Declan Rice.
soft. This Declan Rice one, the
That's
FA
soft.
actually
They said
clarified on it and said it was without a doubt a red.
It's just the way that, like, if we're gonna be sticking to these rules so hard to the line,
And that one should have. I have a stance. I said Declan Rice should have been a red.
The Timber
and
one should have
Timber
not-
should have
no.
been a second yellow.
the first yellow shouldn't have been a yellow.
I don't
City's
even
scared.
remember the
It was a
challenge, so I don't really
50-50.
give a shit.
And
Bro,
then
what
he
do you
grabbed
mean?
him.
He went. No, that's not the first yellow. The first yellow was when he stepped over the ball and landed on his ankle. That and
On the corner flag?
stud showing.
On the corner flag.
No, that's not when he got the yellow. That was
So
that,
when he
that was
grabbed-
the incident for the second yellow was at the corner
Oh, he
flag.
should have gotten a yellow
The first yellow was Timber tried controlling a ball and he showed his studs. I'm not saying it should have been a red because it shouldn't have been a red. He stopped his momentum a bit, so it wasn't a full clean follow through. But he
touched
slipped
the
a
ball.
bit and it landed on Pedro Porro's ankle. So that's a yellow card.
Yeah, that should have been a yellow.
Yeah, I'm saying that one should have been a second yellow.
For grabbing him.
Yeah.
No.
You know,
mean-
Vicario got a yellow card there, but
He
not
did get
Timber.
a yellow.
And
Yeah, that I
Vicario
didn't
did
understand.
nothing.
That I didn't understand.
his own-
If you're gonna
he did
give a
his own
yellow
space.
to Vicario, you give it to Timber.
I don't know, Varvar. I disagree with your logic
It's-
because the refs
it's a
need to use
scuffle.
logic. This is the,
I
this
agree,
is the
but
Premier
if
League.
you give a yellow card to Vicario, Timber without a doubt. Vicario didn't even do anything.
Bro, there's double standards. Honestly, refs, just to manage games, to manage momentum and pace of games, they'll withhold, and we've seen it, like, playing football our whole lives, we realize refs withhold from giving out yellows, or sometimes give extra yellows, either to assert like control of the game, or to just let momentum build. So, like I think there should be a lot more, if the refs are good and they're qualified, there should be a lot more loose, like let it play just so that you're not breaking up play.
Yeah.
And I think
It depends the severity, I find.
But if you want entertainment,
I get it, but if a brother's going straight into the guy's ankle, you kind of
bro,
have
the
to.
also
slow-mo
the
slow-mo
integrity of the
tax on
game.
that, bro.
Yeah,
The slow-mo tax
there
is
slow-mo
crazy.
tax, but it doesn't really change the fact that there is a foot on his
there's
ankle.
the integrity of the game and the rules that you need to adhere to.
Bro, we used to watch like Golden Era Prem was
This is Golden Era Prem.
no.
This is Golden Era Prem.
The Manchester City Dynasty's golden era.
This is not
No.
Golden Era
This
Prem.
is Golden Era
you
Prem
can't live-
in
you-
terms of the growth of the league and the size of the league.
know what I'm
this
talking
is
about, bro.
Golden Era Prem.
This guy's just debating.
Yes, but
But you can't say you're in a golden era. You say that looking back, retrospectively. You know what era I'm referring to,
bro.
But
When you have MSN up front, you know you're in a golden era. It's not you don't need to be a wizard to realize that.
Yes, but
if this Mbappe thing works, Real Madrid are in a golden era.
yeah.
It's
What do
you don't need to
player-wise?
look back on it. Whatever. The rules are the rules. Follow the rules. You don't get yellow cards. But
You're
if
used
you
to-
play for Arsenal, sometimes you don't follow the rules. You don't even get yellow cards. But whatever,
And then
that's a
sometimes you
whole
get
other
red
thing.
cards for doing things
They-
that
they
nobody
don't
gets
get
yellow
favored
We
for.
need
that
to
much.
speak about Martinelli here
Ah,
because this brother, how long is he gonna get to play left wing and drop stinkers and be allowed to play over Trossard?
Well, Trossard played with him.
Yes,
now that
but for
Odegaard
me
is-
right now, personally, the front three without a doubt should be Saka, Trossard, Havertz.
I agree with
without
you.
a doubt.
Who's the
I don't
sub?
disagree.
Like if it's not Trossard, who would be the left wing sub? Do you know?
Reece Nelson left. I actually
Like, do they
don't
even
know.
have one?
I'll check that up.
A pure
Because-
left winger. No, but why do you need more than Trossard?
No, I'm saying Martinelli because Trossard now is replacing
Well, no,
Odegaard.
Who's Milan's third string left wing?
I mean, we have Leao and Okafor. I'm saying if Martinelli gets hurt, who's the left wing?
Jesus, Sterling. They loaned Sterling.
Oh,
We're
true.
being
Sterling's there.
stupid.
Wow.
But they subbed on Nwaneri, who's a very highly
he's
rated
been
youngster.
pretty good.
But I don't know, bro. I don't know. They played Havertz camp today, so
I was playing.
I didn't
playing
mind
a little
it.
bit everywhere.
I didn't mind it.
that's the advantage of having someone like Havertz in your
You can always
in your
drop him.
squad. Yeah, and he's very versatile. So I don't know, 70 mil still is kind of.
But it's a
egregious.
versatile in a sense.
But I
that-
think to win the league, we're gonna need a specialist. We're no longer gonna need a versatile
Bro,
striker.
I
if
agree.
Victor Gyökeres
I know.
doesn't end up at Arsenal, you guys are making. a
Well, I
big
think we missed the boat.
100 mil.
I think next summer there's gonna be so many teams knocking on his
Yeah,
door.
but what
None that can
what
afford him.
teams are? He's not going to Man City. He's not going to.
let's not act like Arsenal have a bigger budget than PSG.
Yeah, but PSG have Goncalo Ramos and
Kolomoani.
I'm just saying there's teams of that level that like also like a team like Barca, if they could afford him,
they can't. Let's rule it out already. They can't.
they can't.
Well, they tried. They couldn't even buy Nico Williams this summer.
Yeah. And Nico Williams technically would have been cheaper or around that price.
Anyways, Arsenal spent 60 mil on Havertz, so I doubt they're looking at another striker
You know,
already.
Havertz
No.
is like Arsenal's top earner. That blew my mind.
Is that,
for
is
him,
that
bro.
confirmed?
Yes,
Are you
That's rough
sure?
work.
bro. He's on like a very high salary.
Whoever his agent is, he deserves
Yeah.
a nice bonus.
Do you think that Havertz deal paid off now, Arsenal?
I think so.
Bro,
He'll-
more
after
than
I
Mason
looked
Mount
at his
deal.
wages, it was
Yeah,
starting
definitely.
to turn for me. It was starting, okay, maybe he might be worth it. And then I saw the wages, I'm like, okay, no, this guy's still a bum.
I don't
What
know.
wages are we
guy's a-
talking about? I'm not looking at more than
He's pulling in stats,
Bro.
and he's making his team play.
14.5 mil is that's deep.
He's top earner.
Yeah, 14.5 mil is
Top
deep.
earner. Oof. Damn.
All that for like 14 goals or some shit.
And this
Million
gets
a goal.
worse. Gabriel Jesus is second.
yeah.
But that was
Arsenal's
in theory.
wage structure is low-key cooked, bro.
It's
I
really
thought they had
not,
a
bro.
pretty good one.
160 mil is not that
yeah,
much.
but wait till Saka knocks on the door. Mikel,
I'm gonna need
that
Saka's
bag, double it.
I need that bag back up the brink.
Like just for reference, I want to see Spurs.
I'll get the bag,
bag.
the flipping and tumble it.
The brothers are singing.
Saka's
Migos,
walking in with the Migos walking in.
Spurs have a really good wage, but that's understood.
Well, the other players are shit, so it's
That's-
it's not
yeah,
I
exactly.
respect it. By the way, I still thought Spurs played pretty well, in my opinion.
They played
I-
all right.
they-
Defensively, they were good. Romero
Offensively,
Van
they
de
were
Ven.
terrible.
Offensively, they were
Toothless.
shit. Toothless.
Yeah.
I agree.
Toothless,
Same thing as Liverpool this weekend. Honestly,
We could go
not
straight
as not
into
as
it.
bad. Yeah, we can go over for
want.
2 seconds because they ruined my entire FPL weekend.
Yeah.
But whatever. We have like a little small league on the side because we can't. Honestly, the FPL. We have the Patreon FPL, which I spend a lot of time on that Patreon FPL working out the best 11. And we have this small little thing on the side that we don't really spend that much time on, but we do a draft. So
You
we
can't do it with a
exactly. If we could have done that with the Patreon, that would have been.
But then
10
you would have
times
had like
better.
Yeah,
You
one
can you
actual
can only
decent
have a
player.
max of
like first overall.
12,
I'd be
I believe.
drafting Kwanzaa first overall at 125th overall.
First overall.
Yeah, but I have 3 Liverpool players in my starting 11. All drop stinkers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Varvar's team is so dependent on like 4 clubs doing
No,
well.
that's wrong.
I have a personal bet with him that I don't know how much it was, but I have a personal bet with him that I'm finishing higher than him in the table. And I bet this when he was first and I was like 4th.
Damn.
But listen,
Brother, it's 4 game weeks.
exactly. You were doing all that
I
chatting.
have the most points.
How much you have?
I
Yeah.
have by far the most points.
How many
Not
do you
by
have?
far.
I have by double digits the
Oh,
most.
and where is he?
No, you're 15 over me.
So double digits the most.
15 is not that much. That's a game week.
15's a decent
Oh, and
amount.
Vavra, where did I
dropping
get you in
50
the
a week.
My
standings?
team drops 40 minimum points a week. or
Mine too.
45
Check the
points
stats.
minimum. Okay, whatever. We're not gonna go over this.
And he's chatting from what place?
But
From six?
Liverpool
Sit back and observe.
actually didn't play that bad against Nottingham Forest. I found.
They got a ton of chances.
Bro, every single time the ball got to the final third, it was like every 2 seconds. But then the final pass was terrible, horrendous. Worst Mo Salah performance I've ever watched in my
No.
life, I believe.
I don't think the worst.
The
ever.
worst singular
Who?
Mohamed Salah performance I've ever watched in my life.
No, I would.
I'm sure there's Roma.
I would shift the blame a little bit on Szoboszlai, to be honest, because Salah
was
would do those
terrible also.
cutbacks. He was horrible. Szoboszlai missed like 3 chances where he could have just
No
shot.
attacker on Liverpool played well. Not a single one.
Luis Diaz a little bit. But even at that, it's
Scaff.
not the Luis. Yeah.
Even
Scaff.
Diogo Jota was missing decent chances, but even the balls that he was
Trust
getting
me,
in,
I know, bro. I got Diogo
No, you don't
Jota.
gotta tell me. Don't gotta tell me. But yeah, unfortunately, Liverpool, after all the praise, let's say we gave them the last week or so, especially in our power rankings, that nice little bump.
I'm not selling my stocks.
I'm
not selling either.
I won't sell them either. It's just that this was a decent test and they failed it right before Champions League as well. So
Watching football with an FPL lens is so
Yeah.
funny.
Diffy.
Because every time I have Trent, Van Dijk, and Jota, okay? Every time Trent, Van Dijk, and Jota have the ball, I'm like, brother, make the through ball. Make the through ball. Someone got to score. And as soon as the ball gets off their foot, I'm like, you better miss, bro. I don't want to see Liverpool winning unless Jota, Trent, or Van Dijk score. If anyone else scores, I'm going to be pissed.
I have to say, a horrible feeling in FPL is seeing like a notification or watching live. You have a defender on a team and the other team scores and your clean sheet points are ruined. Like, cause clean sheet, you're just like either refreshing the score or watching, like waiting until like 90 minutes passes and you get the clean sheet.
Yep.
A goal is like spontaneous. It's not like they always have scoring chances, but the clean sheet is like, bro, it drags me down. Like I'm watching Brighton hoping Brighton scores a goal because my opponent has a center back from Brighton. You know, like it's.
That was me with Liverpool. Literally, when Nottingham scored, I was like,
Why? Who do you have, Konate?
I have Konate, I have Alisson, cooked
okay.
right away.
So you're
2
like me.
points.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got Alisson.
I didn't get to watch the Man City game, and I wake up to a Ederson 12 points or
Assist.
something with an assist.
7 points because Brentford scored.
go,
but
the hell
like,
going
Ederson
on?
got an assist. I'm
hell
like,
going on over there?
And Pala played me. He beat me this week in FPL because Ederson got an
Bro.
assist and Gabriel dropped 12 points.
Let's not act like you didn't get a 14-point Andre Onana week, bro. A goalie
That's a
should
normal
not
week
be.
for Andre Onana.
They should not be dropping 14
Is that a
points.
normal week for Andre Onana?
Well, the regular day in the office.
Brother, when
God.
has this guy ever saved a pen? I've never seen him save a pen, ever.
He must have scored. He must have saved at least one.
Bro, Vavra, you know he hits the emotes there.
He's
and
got
then
that. He's
completely
got
misses
those
every time.
Pickford. He's got the Pickford hands. The dinosaur arms, like.
Yeah.
The hair.
But
Anyway, that's a good transition into Man
We can
United.
speak about Man United.
There's
too,
not
nothing
much
against
to say
Southampton.
because in the grand scheme, if there wasn't such a shitty run up to this game, it's just a win versus Southampton.
Bro, I didn't
Yes.
even know who they were playing.
But this was necessary. No, this was the bare minimum.
Oh, I said it before, and I said it on the Q&A on the Patreon also. Before we left, I said we need a convincing win versus Southampton, or I'm gonna start having my doubts, like heavy doubts.
Yeah.
Not even just doubts.
Were those doubts answered?
Those doubts are already here, but those were gonna be heavy doubts. Those doubts, honestly, the first 30 minutes, I said this is like what
usual.
did I do to deserve this? Like they are destroying us. What did I do to deserve this? Post Andre Onana save, Andre Onana changed the entire game with that penalty save. I've honestly, for that 60 minutes, if you took out the first 30 minutes, whatever, that 60 minutes was the best 60 minutes we've ever played under Ten Hag. Ever.
That's crazy to say.
But doesn't he say
It's
that
not
every week?
crazy
I
to
think
say.
you say that every
no,
week.
He
He
says
it's
that
not
literally-
crazy.
no, but you literally say that every
Southampton
week,
didn't
bro.
have a shot after 30 minutes.
like, it's never a normal game. It's not
It's
like
never.
yeah, we
No,
played
but
well.
it's a decent performance.
No, but I
It's either
swear,
the worst
every
performance
week
ever,
I've been watching Manchester United since I was 12, and this is the worst performance ever. Or I've been watching Manchester United since I was 6, and this is the best performance I've ever
or-
watched.
or-
no,
this is the best
I will
performance in the Ten Hag
clarify.
Bro, just
era.
sit back and observe, bro. It's enough.
I will clarify. The worst performance I've ever watched was
versus
Liverpool
Liverpool.
7-0. That
You
will
said it was
never
the
be
3-0.
close. That
Yes.
will never be close.
He said it was the. You said it
Bro,
was the
7-0. 7. I've never turned off my TV ever watching Manchester United.
Lies.
Lies.
That game I turned it off.
Bro, do you know you
after
said this
the
last
sixth
week?
goal.
You said last week that
Bro,
Liverpool was the
I
worst
speak
game.
in exaggerations. I'm like Donald Trump.
Common denominator.
They're
is Liverpool.
eating the dogs and the cats.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of videos surfacing about the dogs and the cats. They might be eating the dogs and the cats.
Well, whatever. Maybe there's like some isolation events, but it's not a normal occurrence that
I saw a lot of people eating the dogs and the cats.
Okay, whatever. But that was the worst. The best was when we beat Southampton like 10-1 or whatever the score was. Yeah, we beat Southampton under Ole.
I don't even remember that.
What the biggest Premier League win in history. But yeah, that's a yuck situation.
Almost mercied them.
But I honestly leave the game very happy.
What was your favorite
Happy
part of the
about
game?
what?
Like the
Xerxes.
striker force? Yeah, okay.
Xerxes, Ahmad Diallo, Rashford front three is looking like it's developing deadly chemistry. Deadly chemistry.
It's getting there.
And Rashford was at his best when Martial was up top. And Xerxes reminded me a lot of Martial.
They need that link-up play.
Yeah.
That's what I like between Xerxes and Ahmad, that they could all play in that like little pocket
and
of
the
space,
step
you know?
up technically of Ahmad from the likes of Sancho and Anthony is ridiculous.
Obviously.
It's
Obviously.
bro, Ahmad is special. Ahmad is very special.
brought
And
in- you
Garnacho
brought in-
off the bench.
I don't know
is-
about Sancho, but Anthony, obviously. Like, come on.
Oh, I mean, listen, you didn't buy Anthony because you thought he was a scrub. You bought Anthony because you thought he had potential.
And paid a serious bag
him.
for it too.
We bought Sancho because we thought he had potential also.
Well, he does, but
But Amad Diallo, you did it the right way. You bought him when he was lower, brought him into your academy, worked him,
We
sent him
still
on
bought him
loan.
for 30 mil from Atalanta
Yeah,
at
but
16.
Yeah, but that's better than him blowing up at Atalanta, or let's say going to another team, blowing up, and then you're spending 100 million.
That's the
100,
Haaland special.
100%.
That's how you build up a player.
Bro, Ahmad Diallo, and you guys can ask them, from 16 years old. The day he joined Manchester United, I was hyping this brother up.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And I told you from the day he joined, I'm like, brother, this guy's a Riyad Mahrez regen. Do you not see it?
No.
Who would you
Riyad
compare him
Mahrez.
to?
He's just a drippy right winger with a left.
Oh, nice. So we've never seen that before in the sport.
it's a dime a dozen, my brother.
He's just good at it. He's just good at it.
I mean,
It doesn't have to necessarily reflect a player, like a former player.
Slower Di Maria, potentially.
bro, do you hear these comparisons?
Slower, I
I
said
didn't even
slower.
catch what we were talking about.
Ahmad.
Ahmad Diallo.
Excuse me,
Huh? Oh.
bro. Once I heard Papu Gomez say this is the Ivorian Messi, that's when I knew this brother was cooked. Because Papu Gomez can barely function himself.
Bro, Papu Gomez played with Messi, and he said Ahmad Diallo's the Ivorian Messi.
He also
whatever.
played with Amad Diallo at Atalanta. So.
But the standout performances where Dallo had one of the worst 30 minutes I've ever seen. Not as bad as the Villarreal game where
haven't watched
Danjuma
Dallo's last
cooked
game,
them
then?
27 times. But it was a pretty bad 30 minutes.
Who's he getting cooked by?
He was getting cooked by Dibbling or whatever. his
Okay,
name
yeah.
was.
Who is it this week?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, but after that, he was very solid.
Little
And then
dribbling, bro.
Bro,
Mazraoui,
legend.
Mazraoui,
he was good.
for me, is turning out to be one of the best signings of the summer for any club.
Made him forget all about Luke Shaw. Made him forget all about Luke Shaw.
No,
It took
because
4
Mazraoui's
games.
been playing right back.
Right back.
Dallo's been playing.
Dude,
right
I'm
back.
saying fullback quality of the fullbacks.
But no, Luke Shaw's still by far our best fullback. It's not even close.
Thank Bayern for that, bro. That's called mentality change.
And De Ligt, after dropping a terrible game against Liverpool and 2 terrible games for Netherlands, came back and dropped a monster class.
He scored as well.
Southampton.
Yeah.
Bro, who is he covering? Armstrong? Like
Okay, but I'm saying you have to play what's in front of you. Bro,
played
this brother's about to come up and hype Bremer for playing against Empoli and letting someone score on Empoli. So I don't give a shit, okay? I'm gonna hype up De Ligt against players you've actually heard of. So let me respect my players.
Armstrong.
Bro, Armstrong doesn't even play for. Oh yeah, he does for Southampton.
Yeah, wait this. I'll write it down.
Where was Southampton last season? Write that down.
But yeah, I came out very happy with our performance. Rashford goal, you can never be mad about
Hey,
that.
listen,
Yeah.
3 points are 3 points.
Yeah, Garnacho.
Super
We have a low key a bit of a problem.
This guy's going through
brewing.
his whole starting 11.
We have a little bit of a problem brewing here because Garnacho is too good to be coming off the bench, but he's so good off the bench.
I think he needs to be starting.
It's a Duran situation.
what do you do in that situation? Do you start him?
This guy's mentioned Durant so much this
Bro,
weekend.
much
Duran
airtime
is
for that guy.
so good. I called it, bro. I said in the CL video, this guy is insane. Look, I joked and said R9 regen. It's not that good. But did you not
Oh,
see
no.
that statistic where he has the second best goals to minute ratio in the Premier League history behind
He's
Haaland?
coming on as a sub. He's always been coming on a sub after Watkins. It's usually games where Watkins scores like a hat trick and then Durant just comes on and scores a recreational.
Bro,
goal.
giving Watkins Haaland treatment is crazy. Acting like he scores every single game.
You're acting like last season he wasn't a top 3 Premier League goal scorer.
Bro, Duran is different. Duran's
That goal that he scored, god damn, did you see that?
Goodness gracious.
bro. I watched it live. I was watching because I was like,
Brother, he texted a group chat too.
Yeah, he did.
Well, and then I went to go watch it, and I wanted to downplay it because I mean VAR always overplays it.
Yeah, it was, wait,
then I'm like,
I'll explain it.
like,
I'll
damn, this shit
explain it.
crazy.
I was like, oh, Duran's coming on. Here comes the goal. And then Pala just says, brother, this guy's trying to hype up Duran again, bro. What happened? I'm like, bro, he's insane. Trust. Literally, as I sent that text message, I said, oh my God, he scored the goal of the season.
Yeah, that was the goal of the
Yeah,
season.
that was nuts. Short side. Who decides in a 2-2? Like, it's a stalemate of a game. This guy says, I'm gonna pull up
Alright, I'm gonna
30
rip it.
yards out, short side.
Bro,
I'm like,
that's-
I'm just taking it in my own
That's
hand.
superstar mentality.
Plus 1,000 euro.
that's why
Hey,
he's
bro,
a sub,
how many
though.
flops have you seen score bangers like that, brother?
Bro,
Please don't
it's
stop saying
literally-
superstar mentality.
No, but it's to be the top of the game, you need to have that confidence.
Yannick Bolasie had that confidence and went on to achieve him. Like, there's been players in the Premier League that have had that.
Bro,
that
Yannick Bolasie was not
confidence.
pulling up
Forgot
from
about that
40
baller.
yards out or 35 yards out.
Crystal Palace.
He's not pulling up from 35 yards out. in a
Yannick
tie game.
Bolasie?
Yannick
Bro, he probably
Bolasie
pulled
was
out a scissor
skilling.
kick from 45 yards out.
Okay, but Messi and stuff do that also. So you can use it on
Messi-
both
Messi-
sides.
I remember that.
Okay, moving on. What are we moving on to?
Duran is Messi.
The Man City game.
Manchester City come back.
Haaland
2-1.
going from almost not playing to scoring a brace. I mean, that's the most Haaland-esque thing we can think about.
Yeah, and Brentford low-key played good.
You think? You find?
First 30 minutes, they were dominating.
Brentford did play well. I'll give you that. I'm pretty sure after the first 20 minutes or 25 minutes, Man City actually didn't even have a shot, which is one of the first times that's happened in the Premier League Pep era.
Oh, I don't know about that. That sounds like a wild
I think
stat.
I read something like that on Twitter.
Okay.
That's dominance.
Yeah, that is dominance. And low key, I've seen people like Thomas Frank needs to start getting his flowers because the way that this Brentford team is set up, especially after losing Ivan Yatoni, it's kind of insane.
Oh, he's bopping where he was bopping his
Yeah,
head.
I mean, getting paid
Should
that
I-
much, you
should I
better be
bump
bumping your head.
Should I bought my F10?
Getting that money, you start dancing, brother.
Did you see the video?
Yatoni.
You see the Tony video? Flights on everybody.
Yeah.
Come visit me.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. The money that he's earning.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
Brentford played good for the first 30 minutes, and then Man City dominates.
But I find City have had those moments, not recently, but oftentimes where they kind of lack getting into the game earlier. But then you're not even worried.
This year,
Five.
defensively, they have not been good.
Ruben Diaz, I've
Fraud
switched
watch.
on. I've switched on him. Forget fraud watch. Fraud. I pressed the alarm
What
bell.
changed? What changed?
No,
that made
he's
you
made
say
a
this?
lot of mistakes this season that have costed Manchester City
This is
directly.
every single
Yes.
season, bro. He's
Not
ass.
every
No.
single season. Last
He's a
season,
whole-
You
horrendous
gotta take the
player.
good with the bad. Like you can't just look at the bad and not take the good. You
What's
just
the good?
You discount
Starter
all the
for a
solid.
treble
Yeah, you
winning-
discount all
Okay.
the solid games
Now
that he
give me
provides.
actual football evidence that he's good.
I do agree. He's
Because-
one of the
but-
worst
yeah, but
in that Man
Carlos
City team.
Puyol was a starter for a treble-winning team. Carlos
Do
Puyol,
not
Carlos
disrespect
Puyol
Carlos
is a legend of the
was
sport.
an overrated center back, maybe in.
Is a legend of the
history.
sport. Okay,
Because
anyway,
you're
we're
looking at
getting off
technical
topic.
ability.
We're talking about Carlos Puyol. We're talking about Man City versus
that's
Brentford.
Ruben Diaz is very
Okay.
comparable to Carlos Puyol.
No, he is not.
Can we talk about this? Erling Haaland has just scored his 9th goal. He's maybe 4th in hat tricks in Premier League history. We're looking at a guy that is arguably already one of the greatest strikers in the Premier League history.
I mean,
Is that crazy to say?
he's probably already the best. I would argue.
The best?
Bro, Sergio Aguero is
Bro, he's-
rightfully
Sergio
above.
Aguero's not even in the
Alan Shearer,
conversation.
Wayne Rooney, like there's still notable guys above him.
The conversation is Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney.
Okay, if you're considering him a pure striker,
I think most Arsenal fans would consider Thierry Henry a pure striker. It's Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney, Erling Haaland. That's the conversation.
bro, Sergio Aguero is extremely underrated if he's not even on the Haaland tier.
I think he deserves to be.
I
in that
100%
conversation.
agree.
He needs to be. He's written history in the Premier League, and not only that, he basically rejuvenated Manchester City with his transfer.
Once
he
you get
didn't
into
rejuvenate, he juvenated.
rejuvenated it.
Well, listen, yeah, you're right, but that's not what I meant by it. But
Sergio Aguero, we talk about the Haaland hat trick stats. Sergio Aguero holds, I think he has 12 hat tricks in his Premier League career. I know Haaland's gonna surpass that eventually. Yes, but
it's the way he scored. The Sergio Aguero scored with like flair and personality. Every time he scored, his technical ability was on display. Haaland, listen, I'm not saying he's one of the most technical brothers I've ever seen, but it's like I'm not even surprised. When
Bro,
he
this
scores.
Haaland-
my joy is gone.
This Haaland one-dimensional gimmick has to stop,
I'm
bro.
not saying he's
Main brother
one-dimensional.
who was pumping up the main one-dimensional gimmick.
I was wrong. I was wrong because after
At least you admitted it.
after watching this season, Haaland is able to score from very very different positions than we think. Like
I think it's like a domination.
You
kind of feeling.
think you
you in the FC25 rating video kind of were
I
hinting
had
at
him
the
as the
fact.
highest rating player in the game.
I know, but you guys were kind of hinting at the fact that this brother can't dribble. This guy can't take touches. Like
He's a striker that if you just put him in a team where he could excel, he destroys everyone. Like in the sense
You can
that
say that for any player.
no, he's like the perfect striker to maximize.
You put him in Ipswich, he's still the leading goal
no,
scorer
I
in the
kind of
Premier League.
disagree. I'm still on the.
no.
I'm telling you, I'm still on the fact
You
that
take
he
away a
cannot
man's
be-
you take away a striker's service like that.
You
Oh, Norway, brother.
you could put him
seen
in
it.
Luton Town last season. He's the
No,
top goal scorer.
No.
I disagree.
But the discrepancy between him at City and him at Norway is it's as if it's two different players. You know that.
When Odegaard's playmaking for you, that's what happens, bro.
Oh my goodness. But listen, Haaland, he's already up there. The fact that he's even in these conversations right now is just telling of his ability.
Listen, this is his third season in the Premier League.
He's at
Yeah.
what 70-something goals in the Premier League.
His third season.
He's 68th overall in Premier League goal scoring rankings. Alan Shearer's at what 260, 280 goals. If Haaland wants to catch up statistically, this brother needs to commit the rest of his career to the Premier League. And I mean to shy away from a Real Madrid
I
Barca
wouldn't
challenge.
say that, bro. He's already on what? I would say he probably averages 30-something a season.
He has more goals than games.
That's 8 years.
That's committing the rest of your career.
No, because Lewandowski got a Barca move at 34, 35. Like it's not committing the rest of your career. It's committing the rest of your prime.
The rest of your prime, which is just
Yeah.
as big. But regardless, to become, I mean, look, Harry Kane, bro. You chat all about Harry Kane. He's already jumped Harry
When
Kane. in
Man
my
City
opinion.
get relegated, Erling, United, you don't need to move that far. We'll take you, bro. You're the only player I think on Man City right now I would accept from Manchester.
Excuse me?
The only City player I'd accept.
Brother, you got a whole starting 11 to pick from.
But
And you're telling me Erling Haaland's the only one you would pick.
the combined 11 Man City, Man U is just Man City.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
Lies.
I swear.
I
get
truly
ready.
believe,
Kovacic.
bro. I truly believe Man U have nothing to gain. Man City have nothing to take from Man U. Like nothing.
Lisandro Martinez.
Like I think Amad Diallo might be the only player that Pep Guardiola would say, I think I can find something.
Who's that Man
to-"
City left back? It's Luke Shaw smokes.
Guardiola.
Luke Shaw clear.
Guardiola better.
The myth of Luke Shaw. that
Whatever.
has
Never
never
seen about
ever-
Erling Haaland. This is Erling Haaland. For me, he's the greatest striker. Give him a couple more years. He's the best Premier League player of all time, in my personal opinion.
Brother,
Damn.
player or striker?
Player.
Okay, aside from Varvar, because he's just in a lost world right now, Luis Suarez, Liverpool, Erling
Haaland clear. It's not even close. And Luis Suarez, Liverpool was a goated Premier League player. Erling Haaland is in a different tier.
No. You truly forget how dominant Luis Suarez was with
And like
Liverpool.
I said, Luis Suarez, I said this about Haaland. Give him a couple more years. Luis Suarez did not stay long enough in the Premier League for him to actually be in those conversations.
But we're talking. I specifically asked season for season, essentially like a treble-winning Haaland or Luis Suarez prime
that won
Liverpool.
nothing. I'll take treble winning Haaland.
But then you're looking at trophies. If you're looking
you're
at
looking at
He
goals
ghosted in the
also.
CL final, by the way.
If
ghosted.
you're at least he made the CL final. Suarez
Ghosted.
wasn't in the CL.
Bro, this is stats that I don't think we'll ever see Erling Haaland. 31 goals and 12 assists in a 33 appearance season in the Premier League.
Okay.
Don't disregard
Now
that.
go check Haaland's first season in the Prem.
31 goals, 12 assists.
Brother, Erling Haaland's
who's
on
that
pace for
first?
80 goals this season right
Yeah,
now.
that doesn't mean he's
we're
gonna
not.
get
Yeah,
it.
that's, I mean,
I agree, but even if you get to 40% of that, you're
scored-
still on.
Brother,
you're still on
brother,
30 goals.
If John Durant scored a brace in the first game, he's on pace for 66 goals in the
Brother,
season.
he has 9 goals in 3 games.
his best season in the Premier League, Erling Haaland, was 36 goals, 8 assists. I'm taking 34 and 12 over 36 and 8.
Depends how many, depends those points. Because I know there's ways of breaking down how many points, your goals were worth. That's going
Suarez,
way
was
too
just,
deep
listen,
into
Suarez
it.
was just much more entertaining.
That's what I'm saying. There's not, you got to get that flair. Haaland is he's like the Verstappen of football.
Yes.
He's effective. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And listen, Suarez wasn't playing in the same team as Man City. Like that Liverpool team, you put it in comparison with Man City, does not
What year
even
was
touch
that?
it.
What did you say? 2013.
Brother, you got Martin Skirtle starting on that team in the back.
I think you guys are underrating him, bro.
Underrating.
You're underrating him because when teams play against Man City, the whole game plan is basically stop the ball from getting to him, because when the ball gets to him, it's he may not touch the ball very often.
Acerbi locked
But
him up.
when he touches it, it's done. The play's already over. It's in the back of the net.
Acerbi-
And the thing that Haaland gives you that a team like Arsenal can't do because they don't have a player like Haaland in their team is, look at that assist from Ederson. There's no player in Arsenal's team that can replicate what that goal.
Okay, but look at that defending from Pinnock.
Bro, that nudge that
No, that
Haaland
nudge
did
is
is genius.
Yeah,
As
the
a
nudge is
defender,
genius.
you're
And the amount of power he put on that nudge also, that it's not enough for a foul, that the defender can fall because he looks stupid if he falls.
100%.
But that's a trained move.
That's
it's not just
horrible
but also
defensive as well.
No,
the
I disagree.
Physical acumen that it takes to be able to nudge a Premier League center
Havertz
back.
has the physical acumen to
No,
do
he
it.
doesn't.
He just
No, he
yes, he
doesn't.
does.
Right,
Bro,
I'm-
if Havertz bulked up, he'd be able to do
Yeah,
it.
if he bulked up, if Isak bulked up, he'd
lose
be
his
able.
pace.
Yeah, but they'd lose their pace.
Haaland has the pace, and he has the bulk, and he has the finishing,
course.
and he has everything.
Of course.
It's a class finisher.
Most inevitable player,
Maybe clean up after you're done, Barbara.
the most inevitable player I've seen since Messi and Ronaldo. Inevitable,
Haaland.
bro.
Okay, next topic.
Inevitable.
Neymar.
Next topic.
Inevitable. He's more inevitable
This
than
brother's
Neymar.
just farming.
Brother, you know how high I rate Neymar?
Exactly.
He's more inevitable than Neymar.
This guy's clip farming.
Clip City.
guy's clip
I'm not
City.
clip farming, bro.
You're just clip farming, bro.
Okay,
It's
whatever.
over. It's over. The TikTok's over, bro.
Yeah.
Aside from that, this weekend, I mean, that's the Premier League weekend, essentially.
Well, no, we're missing. I want to speak about Sancho.
Sancho
The former Manchester United Don.
from Cobham Youth. Woof. Return.
He was not Cobham.
No,
Youth.
he's Man City. He's Man City.
Yeah. Big football knowledge.
Big football. Touch grass, bro.
That's good, bro.
So Sancho, first game in Chelsea, drops man of the match performance off the bench. Let's add in off the bench. Are you guys ready to say that he's back?
Pedro Neto should not be seeing the pitch for the rest of the season if Sancho can consistently put up those performances. I'm just saying it. Consistently.
The good thing about being a United fan is that I know this brother's shit, so I can just sit back and observe. I can just sit back.
You don't have a
and
winger
observe.
on Manchester United that can do what Sancho did in that 30-minute stint. You do not have
Lie.
one.
Amad Diallo has the ability
He
to do
can.
that.
Brother,
But he
Amad
hasn't done
Diallo never touched Sancho levels at
Exactly.
Dortmund.
Okay, and Sancho in the last 4 years has never touched Amad Diallo levels currently.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
just
my
fact.
goodness.
I'm not kidding.
How
That's
made it
just
into a
fact.
CL semifinal.
But
Amad
he
Diallo.
did. He had one good performance that entire CL.
Man of the match.
One good performance.
How about you guys play him first
How
of
many
all?
Champions League man of the matches does Amad
We
Diallo have?
played him. Don't give me that bullshit of we didn't
Bro,
play him.
Ten Hag did not know to use him, bro. That's simple as that. Because last game,
One
bro,
performance
on the
changes everything.
touchline,
Literally, the only thing that changed about Sancho is the jersey he's wearing. 2 months ago, you were probably saying this brother's finished his career.
Exactly. So what? How could you not say that he could go back? And...
One performance.
No, it's not one
Brother,
performance.
we've
It's a
said it.
player. We've
If
seen.
this was Barcelona, we speak about Barcelona performances. We say, oh, 3 games, it's not much. But one game for Sancho changes your entire 180
Because
perception
there's
of a
history
player.
behind
There's a
it.
history.
The
There's a
brother has
lineage.
been performing
Brother,
in the
we've
past.
said it. We've
And
said
in
it.
2015, Barcelona was good. So does that mean that he's good? They're good now? No.
no,
Brother,
but
but
What
we've
are you
said
talking
it.
about?
We've said it that Sancho, as soon as he leaves Manchester United, he will regain some of that form. And he showed it in his first game. His first opportunity he takes, it's a man of the match. There is something there for him. Manchester United did not unlock it at all.
to see a player on a touchline do like the megs he was doing, the body feints he was doing, that if anybody, if a no name from Aston Villa that comes through their youth ranks puts on a performance like that, it's getting spoken about, regardless if it's Sancho
average
or if it's
Morgan
a
Rogers
or if
performance
it's a
this
guy
last
named
week.
Morgan Ryan that just subbed on for the first time in his
Morgan
life.
Rogers drops that Sancho performance every week.
Bro, okay, football's not for you. Let's move on.
Brother, Morgan Rogers has been doing it for 3 games. Sancho has been
Longer than Sancho.
No
Bro,
seasons,
do you
brother.
know Dortmund Sancho?
I bought him for 120 million, and then
So
he
you
got to
buy-
my club, and I realized, oh, we got scammed.
Yeah, because, brother, that's a mentality issue from Sancho. That's a Ten
That's a
Hag
Man United being a
environment.
shit
I
environment.
will give you an unbiased analysis on Sancho.
Shit. Sancho,
It's the same thing with Anthony. I'll give you. They both are almost the same players. Both need overlapping runs and underlapping runs. Totally agreed. They need strikers who drop deep. They're system players. Literally just purely system players.
Yet-
They can't. If you put them in a different system, they're completely useless. Sancho cannot beat a man 1v1 for anything in the world. He can't beat a Premier League fullback. Why are you looking at me like that?
He did it 5 times last
No,
game.
he didn't.
He did it 5 times.
You obviously did not watch the game because he
Bro,
did not beat his fullback.
I'm gonna make you watch a 2-minute compilation of him after
all
this
you
after
watch.
this game.
That's all you watch.
I watched the game. I
No,
watched
you
the
watched
game.
a 2-minute Sancho
I watched
comp
the
is
game.
what you watched.
There it is.
Stop
How
lying.
many Cucurella runs past him did he need to 1-2 with him for you to prove that, bro?
Bro, if your
you
left
did
side
not
is
watch the
Sancho
game.
Cucurella, I got news for you, bro. 12th place is calling your
And
name.
it cooked. And you're boasting about a Man United 3-0 versus
Should
Southampton.
have lost against Bournemouth, by the way.
Southampton, bro.
Shoulda
There's
lost against
standards
Bournemouth,
Here. There's
still won.
standards here. I don't know how I'm defending Chelsea, but you are so blinded
because
by,
it's against
by
Manchester
bias.
United.
You are so blinded
but-
by bias. This guy's gonna win a Ballon d'Or, and you're still gonna be saying he's shit.
He
Great. First of all, apologies to our audio users, as always.
Especially
If you
But-
like Sancho, I don't care if you're on the list or fuck you.
But I think if you're listening to the podcast long enough, you know, you always got to keep the volume a little down.
No,
on those
Faber's cracked.
headphones.
But there needs to be a point where your bias set it aside because we're talking about us. Like this performance wasn't an anomaly performance.
If I went last year and said Sancho still has the potential to be one of the best Premier League players,
agree with you.
would have said, bro, no, you wouldn't have.
I
Come
would've.
on, defend
would've
me on this.
agreed with
He would not have said that shit.
Brother, this is between you two.
You
Don't even
know.
Look at me.
Oh, I hit the
why,
mic.
why you
know.
gonna why you
Don't
going to
even look at
Millie?
me.
Why you going to Millie?
Don't
You
look
know
at me.
also.
No, he doesn't know.
If I last year, one calendar year ago, said Sancho has the potential to be one of the best Premier League players, it's just he's being misused at Manchester United.
You said that. You literally said it.
You would
said
have called me biased, and you probably would have called me biased.
You said
You
it,
probably
bro.
did call me
You
biased.
literally said it.
Whatever. We'll move on.
I take him at Milan.
I
Bro.
mean,
You're about to get scammed.
Move on.
You're
move
about
on.
to get
move
scammed
on. We're never
by
gonna
Chelsea.
find middle ground on this because your opinion's so fucking stupid. I
You're
can't
about
take
to
it.
get scammed, and you're just sad, bro. You're
Kansas
sad you
City.
can never realize the true potential of Jadon Sancho, and you're sitting there holding your Amad Diallo because Papu Gomez, bro. Oh my God, go shit with your shitty wingers, bro.
We'll replay this clip at the end of the year. Millie, introduce the next topic.
I mean, listen, boys. Barcelona and Bayern.
Barca's shit, bro.
We could
Barca.
We could start with Barcelona. Hey, we got to give
Just
some
kidding.
context here. We did get a lot of flack the last couple videos, as everyone knows, that we put Barca a little too low on our power rankings.
And now they've been hounding us ever since.
And they've been hounding us and expecting us to do videos on games that we were not able to do videos on right away. But now we have the opportunity to speak about it. Barcelona versus Girona, which was a big test, 4-1. Boys, it's the Lamine Yamal show.
Complete masterclass. 70% possession, literally no flaws in however they were playing. This is perfect in my opinion. I mean,
you know, in the last, I saw this statistic on Twitter today, and I found it hard to believe, but I actually checked, and it was true. So where do you think in the last year Lamine Yamal ranks in terms of non-pen goals in all of Europe?
non-pen goals.
The fact
doesn't
that
shoot
Goals and
pen.
assists
the
since the second half of
With
the year
Euros?
last year. So
With Euros?
the last 6 months, I would say, yeah, Euros included.
brother, if you're bringing this up, this guy got to be top 5.
No.
Got to be top 5.
Top 10.
Top 8? 8, I'd say. 7, 8.
I don't remember if he was second or third, but second or third.
the
Behind
world.
Haaland, I know behind Haaland, it might have been behind Haaland and Mbappe, but
Has to be
second
behind
or third.
Lewandowski.
No.
That's
Bro,
He has
crazy.
Really
27.
impossible.
He has
Well, no,
27. Mo
Lewandowski-
Salah has 26. I remember
Didn't
Mo Salah
Lewandowski
was
score
right
30
under him.
goals last season?
I'm saying since January on.
So from the beginning of the year, like calendar year.
I know, but didn't Harry Kane score like 25?
It
past
might have been
Christmas?
Harry Kane. It's what he's either second or third.
This sounds crazy.
No, this sounds a little bit too crazy.
I will look it up right now.
Are you propagating?
Yeah, but it's
some
also
false
possible
information?
because like Mo Salah didn't have a Euro
That's true.
to get goals and assists.
That is very true.
You
Lamine
stack
Yamal.
them up.
Yeah.
But Lamine Yamal, Euros will never forget.
Yeah,
That's like a Italy Chiesa
Yes.
talk. in
that's
my opinion.
that
It's-
smokes Chiesa in every aspect.
It's
But regardless-
Chiesa, but that's how you're gonna remember it.
Yeah.
Like Spain Yamal, like Euro 2024 Yamal. That's how
A
you're gonna
16-year-old is defining a Euro. Like
Yes.
that's how we're gonna remember
Yes.
it.
17.
17 now, but 16
He was
at the
16 and a
time.
half. Let's write down the middle.
16 and a half.
But regardless, listen, I would love to find something negative to say about Barca. I'll be the first,
can't.
but we can't. We can't. It's working.
But now, boys, the question is, with the Champions League coming up, do we see them as a threat now? Certified threat for the Champions League.
I would say to that this would be jumping the gun saying Barcelona is now included in the Real and Man City of favorites for the Champions League. I would put them officially in tier 2 alongside, this is crazy to me that I'm agreeing with this, I would put them alongside Bayern, Arsenal, maybe Inter.
For sure.
maybe who else?
Definitely there. That flick ball is coming to full fruition. Everything is fluid. Even these guys like Casado, who you're not really expecting performances from him, they're slotting in the team with no problem.
Can
and
this
these
last?
who?
Can they last? Can the Casado last? Can the Bernal
That's
last?
my issue. My issue is the depth. Like, I'm looking at the squad depth, and honestly, like, yeah, they're subbing on like Pau Victor, Hector, Fort, or whatever. Like, can these guys do it in Champions League? I don't think so.
Once it comes to Champions League nights, Barcelona crumble. It's proven time and time after again after Messi era. It's proven. Stop. Like, why are you looking at me like that? It's proven time after
from
time.
Barcelona
Players-
have not reached a semi-final of the Champions League since 2018. That's 6
But
years
every
ago.
single year they
Barometer.
hype them up to be those level.
That's 6 years ago.
I find that's a high barometer
For Barcelona.
But we all know the context of that Barcelona, that they were failing many times.
Bro, we like to say the Manchester United, the ideology is like the aura around them in Europe has changed. For Barca, it's changed. For Juventus, it's changed, bro. This shit could change.
Barcelona have gone into seasons with better teams than this one. So players like Rafinha started the season amazing. Very good player. Come CL Knights, it's proven he does not show up.
He literally showed up last year.
Last year, yes, one game in the round of 16.
And it was very important.
No, he was there. He was present.
I don't know. Last year...
What's this one game gimmick that
I don't
Vargas
know.
is pulling on
He's
one
Morgan
game?
Rogers.
Well,
but-
Sancho's for sure one game.
And
against
Dembele, how many
PSG.
games was Dembele?
Dembele's better than Rafinha and...
One game. Dembele was one game. That's truly played good for one game.
No, Rafinha's up there this season.
I'm taking
not gonna
Rafinha.
lie.
I'm taking Rafinha as well.
over Dembele.
Right,
But-
Dembele has had too many opportunities to score in the Euros in this season, and he's just not
Good
there.
player regardless, but I just find Rafinha is giving them that balance in the attack.
I agree.
Like, it's working perfectly.
Come
No
CL time, you
flaws.
can't count on players like Casado. You can't count on players like Ter
Why not?
Stegen. You can't count on players like there's a lot of question marks
can't
on
count
this
on Ter
team.
Stegen?
You can't count
Brother,
on Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen's terrible.
This exact thing was said about Pau Kubarsi, and he came in and they counted on him perfectly.
Pau Kubarsi is amazing.
So what's the difference between him and Casado?
Casado came in with no hype, no expectations,
even
no
better.
anything.
It's about hype.
Pau Kubarsi
It's all about
came
hype,
in.
bro.
Everyone knew he came in from the academy with expectations that he will be the next one up. Xavi said it. Everyone said it at the time that Kubarsi is that top level of ball playing center back. Casado is just filler for when Frankie de Jong comes in.
Filler, but he's worked.
And Frankie de Jong's another player that once again, come Champions League nights, question mark.
I mean, low key right now, I would not change anything in that team. Even if
Frankie
you have
de
Frankie
Jong
de Jong,
making 700K a week is not sitting on the bench. I promise you that.
I could promise you that they care more about winning. And if Frankie de Jong destabilizes that, I wouldn't even risk it.
I personally think that they see this window now. Lamine Yamal is there. That opened another window for them in the Champions League. Maybe a year ago around this time, you could have said, yeah, they're definitely not in that running. But now I think they have the pieces to not necessarily make it deep, but they can be in that, as Palace said, that tier 2.
I wouldn't be too quick to mistake form for class because I think this could be a good stretch of form. You're assuming that this can last an entire season. Listen, brother, I'm a Juventus fan. I watched 2 exceptional first games, and then the tides have changed, and now I'm tying versus Empoli. So it's possible that this can turn around, and then it turns around during a Champions League period. And
If I had to make a list today of CL favorites, Man City, Real Madrid are definitely in there above Barcelona. I'm putting Arsenal above Barcelona,
Agreed.
and I'm putting
Bayern.
Bayern above
no.
Barcelona. They might be in
Yes.
that 5
Bro,
spot.
Yes.
what certainties are they giving you
Firms,
over
hold on,
Barcelona?
I have a question. Hold on. Before we get into that, because Bayern's probably the next topic of discussion. Before the season started, in a power ranking, did you have Bayern or Barca above? Like, who did you have above?
Barcelona.
You had Barcelona above
Flick
Bayern.
you guys said it. Company
Yes.
doesn't give you the certainties that Flick does.
I agree. And Flick
Bayern has
made
not
them
showed
into
a shroud of weakness this entire season.
and
a shroud.
what weakness does Barcelona have?
Bro, I was wrong. I don't know if anybody else agrees. I was wrong to drop Bayern. I think we all dropped Bayern in our power rankings for absolutely nothing because all they've been doing is succeeding.
The difference between Barcelona and Bayern is that Company is getting the best out of players we already knew were class. That maybe last year didn't
Does that
show
have to
it.
do with anything?
Flick is starting to use players that you've never heard of that you don't know
When
if
you
are
have-
of that
when you
class.
have an academy-
Casado, getting the best out of Casado is not the same as getting the best out of Kimmich.
But-
it's not.
Bro, when
Forget
you have La Masia
Casado.
behind you,
Forget
Yeah,
Casado.
no
People
shit.
were shitting on Olmo, yet he's probably he's Barcelona's best player.
But
after
once
Yamal.
again, Dani Olmo, Musiala, there's levels.
right now Olmo is balling out. So
Company has a better base than Hansi Flick. At the beginning of the season, you could say that Company had more of a a stable base of a starting 11 of players at the club than Hansi Flick. But Hansi Flick, with what he's given, has honestly shown to be very, very effective. And I'm going to give my flowers because I did not expect him to take the reins that fast for Barcelona. I thought this was going to be way more of a transition. It was going to be a little shaky, but this man is showing to be that guy at Barcelona.
Look, going into the season, I thought Barca have zero shot of winning the CL. Now, I'll say you're a dark horse. I have you in the Inter and Atletico Madrid tier. That's what I have them in now.
And probably next week might be a power rankings or the week after.
Yes.
So
Barca might see themselves jump up unless their Champions League performance in the first game week has something to say about it.
Who did they play first game week? Do we know?
Who do they play in the first game week?
I can't.
It's not a big matchup of the week, but
listen, we got some big matchups.
Yeah. Well, we can actually start talking about them now too, if you guys want.
Yeah.
I mean, did you want to talk?
preview?
We can speak about Bayern a bit.
Yeah,
because
they're
Bayern,
they're playing Monaco, which is
away
tough.
though.
Monaco away.
brother. What's the difference between playing Monaco away and playing Girona away?
You're playing in the beautiful city of Monaco.
Bro, someone needs,
Depends who goes to the casino
someone
before the game.
needs to inform Varvar of the Ligue 1 tables of the prior seasons.
Liga.
You were shitting on Brest
Bro, I said
as if they
Monaco
weren't.
second. I said that they finished second.
Bro, this is the most
Girona finished
informed.
third last year in La Liga.
But Girona sold half their team. Monaco has a core.
Look,
aside from
we'll speak about Bayern because they do deserve, and I've been seeing a lot of Bayern comments in the comment section saying, why you guys always shit on Bayern? We'll give you your flowers. You guys look to be better than we expected.
But you're playing a team I've never heard of.
Flirting,
Yes.
harassment,
Bro,
Barcelona,
they
flowers,
also played a team
Who'd
which
they play?
I've never heard of this team in my life.
Yeah, but it had a funny name.
Say it. Had a funny name.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Shout out Kazakhstan.
Shout out.
Holstein Kiel.
They must have just
Holstein
been.
Kiel?
Can
Yeah.
you name me one player?
They probably just got bumped up from Bundesliga 2.
Yeah, they were in Bundesliga 3 in 2016. Then they got moved up in
This
2017.
is the first time.
And this is the first time they've ever been in Bundesliga.
Congratulations to them. Welcome to the real world.
So let me get this
6-1.
This is your Kodak moment.
We're hyping up this.
Oh, they're
against
on 3,
a
by the
newly
way.
promoted team, but we're not giving the flowers to Barcelona.
One team has Harry
flowers.
Kane.
You did?
One team has Harry Kane, Olise, Musiala. The other team has
Lewandowski, Yamal, Olmo, and
Why are we giving
Rafinha.
Lewandowski superstar treatment?
Because he is.
Yeah, okay. It's 2024. It's not 2019.
He has just as many goals.
Okay,
Breaking news.
Bro, since the transfer, Lewandowski has.
his ass.
Well, no, he's been one of the
Brother,
highest
honestly,
scoring.
Brother, our barber Bernat is a Barcelona fan. He despises
He's a
despises
culé. He's a
Lewandowski. If you're a real Barca fan, you know Lewandowski's not to the level that you need.
I think
Oh
because
no,
what you
they
paid
agree with
for
that. The Barca fans agree with that. Even when they were shitting on us, they still kind of agree with the
Yeah,
Harry
but-
Kane is levels clear.
But what you paid for Lewandowski, I could see some sort of yeah, I'm a little disappointed with him because obviously you're buying a Bayern Lewandowski that terrorized all of Europe.
You got to take
for,
into
5-6
consideration he
years.
was old.
He was aging. Everyone kind of knew that he's gonna wind down a
I got
little
a good
bit
stat
more.
here. I was looking for this. Transfer Market put out a post on Instagram saying most goals scored after 100 games for Barcelona. Okay.
Lewandowski's definitely
Suarez number 1 at 88 goals. I mean, obviously. Eto'o number 2 at 68 goals. Lewandowski number 3 at 63 goals. And then it's Neymar, Kluivert, Henry, Ronaldinho, Villa, Pedro,
No
Messi.
talk
I
talk.
never said that Lewandowski's not getting goals and assists. I said
at Barca right now.
when it comes to a CL game against Real Madrid or a let's say
Oh,
a
he's not
Man City,
influential. Yeah, he's
you
not
know
influential.
he's not showing up that
yeah,
game.
and
But
last couple
who can
seasons.
Barca? It's like being greedy when you have a good goalie, and then when he's gone, you realize how nice it was. Like you used to talk about that with Manchester United. I think once Lewandowski leaves, and
When did I talk
with
about that?
goalies, with goalies,
Yeah,
De
when
Gea.
De Gea got ass.
Exactly, and then
But-
you were telling me because I had Chesney. You were saying you take for granted having a consistent goalie week in week out. I think when Lewandowski leaves, people will look back and say, "Wow, like a guy that can consistently score 30 goals a season in La Liga versus any team, we should have appreciated that more."
I had that with Ronaldo at Man United. I do not look back and miss.
Ronaldo in the second stint,
Yeah, he scored 30 goals.
but he also took away from the rest of your team.
Lewandowski does the exact same.
I don't
at
think he
Barca.
doesn't. He doesn't take. Bro, where are you pulling this
He
out?
does. He does.
He doesn't take
Whatever.
that-
We need to have
let's go to Bayern.
conversations here that Bayern, Vincent Company gets relegated in the Prem, goes to the Bundesliga, and now he's destroying Team 6 now.
What are you trying
I
to say?
mean, goddamn.
The Bundesliga is the championship, basically.
Burnley, Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
No, but
literally.
I'll be for real. You guys do look good, but once again, it's the same thing for me. The question was never domestically. Never ever domestically. Even though I did kind of have Leverkusen repeating as champions, I still did kind of say that Bayern were going to have a better season domestically than they had last year, which it's looking like they will. The question is, Champions League night, what team will show up? The team that we see in the league every week, or the team that we saw last year in Champions League? Well, last year in Champions League, they made semifinals. If you can mix the best of both worlds, brother, you got a serious team.
But I saw a stat that Bayern has the longest running unbeaten streak in like Champions League group stage matches. In 40 games, like the last 40 Champions League games, group stage, 36 wins, 4 draws.
Damn.
That's wild.
These brothers don't lose. So when
in the group stage.
Yeah, but then
But
people
this
are talking
season,
about. But then people are talking about our. I saw this in our CL predictions because I think I put Bayern maybe 3rd or 4th. Brother, on this form, they should be 1st. They should be 2nd.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if company's gonna take him 1st or 2nd in the CL prediction in the CL table, but I mean they got legacy in that in the Champions League. But boys, we can head over to the CL now.
Yeah, I'll make these like we're not gonna dive into tactical analysis between each team.
Yeah.
You know, Milan, Liverpool. Firms, how you feeling about this game?
We need to start a dialogue.
A little bit nervous,
Nervous,
but we're coming off from a win.
You know when you're so bad that like you're
We're
not
not bad.
even worried about it. You're just like I'll just take it. I'll just roll with it.
Fonseca, we're playing Liverpool next week. What is going to be our starting lineup?
The guy's been losing sleep. If you look at the bags, I don't know. I think he's finding the right players for the system.
One game versus Venezia changes it.
That's
Same guy who
literally what
talked
I'm
about
saying.
Southampton best game of the year or whatever.
But I don't think he's saying they're
The
being
difference
Liverpool.
is that what I'm saying is that this is a little bit of a step up. I'm obviously still not loving it.
So score prediction.
Score prediction: Liverpool's winning.
How much?
We're at home though, so I gotta factor that
Oh,
in.
that
2-0.
changes everything.
I'll go 1-1.
Depends.
2-1.
It depends how how nice
I think-
the tifo is.
Did you hear what
It
came out
depends how nice
first?
the tifo is.
I know he's holding back right now. He actually thinks a draw is coming out.
Draw or 2-1 Liverpool.
No, you said 1-1 at
1-1.
first. That's what you actually. I know you believe that shit.
Listen, right now Fonseca is finding the right pieces.
Listen. If
One
there's
game versus Venezia.
listen, if there's flares in the tifo, it's a draw.
That's what
it
I'm
is.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, I'm not completely against the draw.
That's
shout.
crazy
I'm
work.
saying 2-1 Liverpool, but I'm not.
Emerson versus Luis Diaz.
Brother, this game is 2-0.
That's what I'm scared of.
Bad form.
Salah's gonna
But
be
you're
at right
forgetting-
wing while Teo's already tracking back from the goal line.
Var. If we could score more goals than them, we win.
Wow.
If we can't,
That's how the sport works.
No,
yes,
no,
thank
no.
you.
Listen.
Milan fan analysis right here.
Because Emerson is gonna make a lot of mistakes and Liverpool is gonna score. So this is gonna be a high-scoring game. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you just
For
predicted
Liverpool.
1-1.
For Liverpool, it's going to be high scoring.
That is very true. I'll go 2-2.
I
I
got
think this is a draw.
4-1 Liverpool.
Like,
That's crazy.
I'm seeing like a 2-0 or a 3-1.
I'm saying 2-1 Liverpool.
It's not good you say.
Now on to Millie's team, Inter versus Man City.
Bro, you guys.
Listen. I'll preface this with saying that Inter were absolute like terrible versus Monza.
Yep.
Did not give me any confidence going into Champions League.
No,
Like,
Monza, Man City.
that's crazy work. But we didn't have a lot of starters, if I'm not mistaken, from that lineup. Like
Carlos
we only had maybe 4 or 5, like 4 players, maybe I think that were like that I would actually see them playing against Manchester City. I think this is gonna be either if we get a draw out of this, then I'll take it as a win.
Home or away? Home?
We're away because Milan's
Oh,
playing
yeah.
home.
True.
So-
and you guys share a stadium because you're broke.
So I'll probably say like maybe like a 2-1 or 2-0 City.
You ain't scoring on City.
Okie dokie artichoke.
no, it's
No,
actually,
he
Maybe,
is.
it's actually
maybe,
very
maybe.
tough to
But I'm
score.
gonna go 1-0 Man City.
I like that 1-0.
Haaland goal.
1-1.
Haaland
No.
goal? No.
I think
Revenge?
it's gonna come
But
from.
I already see the Fabrizio Romano. Haaland scored 30 seconds into the 2024-25
Nice.
CL campaign.
Nice.
Wizard.
Wizard.
I mean,
Rashid Robot.
they did shut him down in the final.
That was 2 years ago.
But it's the same
Same
Acerbi.
players.
The same as Jeremy, just a little bit
players.
older.
I don't. it's-
Wiser. More
And wiser.
experience.
I think Inzaghi did the wrong choice in like starting a Thuram or a Lautaro versus a Monza. Like I really didn't care what the result versus Monza was, but you have to make sure your guys are good for that Manchester City game. I know there's a lot of games in the Champions League group stage.
Yeah.
we
No,
wanna call
they
it.
started Thuram and Lautaro.
That's what I'm saying.
But
they
they took
shouldn't.
them
have.
off.
They're
the
saying
league is
they
important.
didn't rest him.
They took
League is
them off.
important,
I think you just should have rested.
But
them.
Lautaro has been ass.
Yeah, muscle fatigue, but like, yeah.
So for Lautaro, muscle fatigue. But when Rashford's playing through like an ACL injury,
Nah, I just shit.
Just shit.
Bro just pulled muscle fatigue straight out of his ass.
No. I'm telling you, that's what they said. But
This is the muscle fatigue he's got.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little too tired in the bathroom.
Okay, that's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know.
Turam.
I think this is gonna be a really sketchy game. It depends the mentality that they go into it with, but
Okay, so you're
reserve.
losing. If you're talking about mentality and all that shit,
I don't
you're
know.
losing.
We come in. If we come in hot and we're hungry and we're ready to go, like I think we could get
We'll
at
see.
least a goal.
I think it's gonna take like 20 minutes for Pep to like kind of
out.
like feel you out because Inter, like as much as I love to hate, Inzaghi's system is like not it's not like the most transparent, like easy to lock up system. So
Yeah, it's more like the halftime you could change to something else. Kind of thing.
exactly. And like I'm wondering who he's gonna start at wing, Pep. Like, is it gonna be is it gonna be Doku? He's gonna find.
Brother,
We're gonna
he's
find
licking his
Latavio.
chops. Acerbi at the back.
But Cherby's is more central. If Inter squeeze them and try to play them more in the middle, then you're pushing them into a Pavard, into an.
But we've seen
Acerbi.
Doku on right. No, we've seen Doku on the right wing too.
Doku everywhere.
I know.
That brother.
You don't want to see Doku.
Yeah, you
when you got Doku on a 1v1,
Yeah, okay.
No,
but
this
Doku
is-
try to do anything but take your man on.
This is looking like a
literally
five
all he has
back.
to do.
This is looking like a 5-back
Yeah.
Inter. This ain't 3-5-2. It's a 5.
That's my match of the week. That's for me. I mean,
Inter-City.
it jumps off the page as the match of the week. But Inter-City, like that's might be my match of almost the whole group stage of how.
I'm just
I
happy
am.
we're getting it out of the way early.
bro.
Match of the whole group stage, bro. You got like
No,
Barca,
maybe not the group
PSG.
stage.
You got Barca, Bayern.
Bro,
you got,
tactically, I'm very interested on how Pep Guardiola is gonna break down Inter.
This is up there with one. Brother, this was a CL final.
Bro, Inter
2 years ago.
Arsenal
Tactically.
is a snooze fest.
brother. Am I new to this channel or something?
Welcome to Box2Box.
Tactically,
Bro, I've been thinking
That was in
differently
the
lately, bro.
inverted wingback
I've been dabbling in this shit lately.
tactically.
no, but it's a good test to see if Inter has got that dog in them.
I
Because
think so.
in Champions League, you guys lost against Atletico, so
In penalties, like I
you still lost.
Still lost. Hold this.
Still lost.
Okay,
Hold this.
okay.
Still lost.
So if Arsenal lost to Porto in the penalties, and you said, "Well, Arsenal,
Well,
still played
Arsenal,
well,"
there's a big
I'll
question
say
mark.
Still lost.
Arsenal lost to Bayern and we got shot on for an
Yeah,
entire
there's a
summer.
question
So
mark on
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
like,
you didn't lose in penalties.
Like
Oh,
we
we
lost in
still lost.
penalties. Like
by a goal.
it could have went either way, but I think we're coming off stronger, in my opinion. So
Really?
yeah.
Even after
Brother,
the start of the season?
Listen, we lose to Man City. I'm really not like
End the
word-
season.
Yeah.
Sack and
Sack Inzaghi, Barella cut his contract. Lautaro cut his
But
contract.
make sure to keep that energy for Milan.
No, because a loss versus Liverpool when you've looked like shit all season is very difficult.
All shit all season, but we're 2 points behind them.
with 3 games played.
Okay.
4 games. 2 points.
Juve
The shitty Milan.
Juve PSV.
They played Atalanta. You haven't played anyone. Juve PSG.
Atalanta.
Europa League winners.
PSV must be said. They're 5 for 5. 5 games, 5 wins, 20 goals, 3 goals against.
They're looking crisp.
They're looking crispy, but
Juve shit.
Not okay. Last 2 games, I feel like Thiago Motta is trying to still feel out. I think like get his starting 11 right, get the tactics right. But
Brother, what do you mean the starting 11? You've spent 100 million on 11 players.
it
figure
really
it out.
doesn't matter. Fonseca's doing the same thing at
Yeah.
Milan. You're still feeling out your team.
yeah. Well, no, it's the same team. It's just they just downgraded in certain positions.
Yeah, okay. Vlahovic is still shit.
Bro,
Okay.
I can guarantee you, you're gonna look back at this Milan 11 and say, "Holy shit, how did I watch that week in week out?" Tammy
Listen.
Abraham, bro.
He was actually really good. He was actually really
It's
good.
actually moving me a bit.
Bro,
Oh,
him or
come
Dusan
on,
Vlahovic?
Venezia.
You actually
No, but
replaced Tammy
even
Abraham?
the game, even when he got subbed on against
assisted.
Torino, was it Torino, right?
No, against Lazio.
Lazio, yeah.
The assist.
He moved me.
Moise Keane over Tammy Abraham, clear.
You're stupid.
In 2024, bro, Moise Keane scored in 4
bro.
games in a row.
I don't.
But you don't watch Fiorentina. It's okay. I know we can't.
You
all...
don't watch Fiorentina either.
I watch
bro.
more Fiorentina.
Stop this gimmick of you watching fucking Fiorentina.
I watch Fiorentina.
Who'd they play? Exactly.
who they
In their
play?
most
Get
recent
out of here.
game, in their most
Today,
recent-
they played today. Because I got those Moise Keane goal notifications on, bro.
I didn't get those.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to watch the game to get those.
Exactly.
Atalanta, maybe?
Atalanta, maybe.
Let me check.
No, it wasn't Atalanta. It
Anyways,
wasn't. It was a blue team though.
This is going to be a fucking sleeper game. This is going to be 0-0. I don't even think that's
You-
going
Is
to be a
he?
goal.
No, I think this
sure.
is like. I think this
Brother,
is unleashing.
Like Allegri, you may have killed the man, but you did not kill the idea.
No.
Thiago Motta and Allegri
The hand is out.
is
Vavar,
the
my hand's
same
out.
No.
the same person,
Vavar,
just with a different
10
face.
schmackaroonies over or under 2 goals.
Over.
Well, no, because I
Two
know
is a
it
push.
on the betting
Two is a push. Two
on
is
a
a push.
betting site. I know the line would probably be 2.5. So
No,
two
it's
I
probably
know-
one.
we
and a
don't
half.
bet.
No, it's probably 2.
We don't do gambling.
It's not 2.5.
I don't gamble.
We do not.
Sorry, I
do
do
that.
not condone gambling.
10 schmackaroonies.
I
bro.
don't condone gambling.
I'm not a betting man.
Mick Trio.
Now we're talking.
A haircut.
Haircut. The Barbara
Bernat.
Bernat
That's how
haircut.
Barbara knows he's gonna lose. Because off camera, he would have bet me 1,000,000 schmackaroonies.
I'm going. Okay, I'm not going. 0-0. I'm going 0. I think this is a tie.
Bro,
like it's
a
1-1
team
or 0-0.
that just scored 20 goals in their first 5
Yeah,
games is not
yeah,
scoring
this is
versus
Juve.
a shit
Bro,
Juventus.
Anthony
apparently
was almost player of the season in that league. I don't give a
My
shit.
God.
Okay.
I'm going 2-1 PSV.
I was going the other way, 2-1 Juve.
It's not crazy to say. I think
Bro,
it could
you
go
rate
both ways.
Juve, I don't know why.
I'm just scared. Like
You need a harsh reality check, bro.
the attacking force of Juve has not moved me. Like, who are you relying to
They
score
haven't even
goals?
gotten 2 XG in a game.
We scored 6 goals in 2 games in our first 2 games of the season.
But who's scoring these goals?
We need more like goals. We scored 6 goals in our first 2 games, bro.
And then
But were
what
they
happened since
convincing?
then? The well went dry?
Bro, we're fielding a bunch of new players every game, bro.
No.
One game Conceição at the right wing, one game Nico Gonzalez at the right wing.
This is what happens when you start Vlahovic, who's inconsistent, and we've seen it.
He's consistent.
He's consistently
shit.
Holy
shit.
shit, there it is. We're waiting for it. Yo.
Firms laid it up to me and I dunked it like LeBron.
He's inconsistent.
That
That's what he
D-Wade
is.
LeBron.
Anyway, you're gonna keep hating until what? Until we win a Scudetto. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm
I'll
going
be
two.
hating for a while.
I'm going 3-0 Juve.
Be hated for
3-0.
No,
That's
that's rage bait.
Bro, no, I'm not kidding, bro. PSV is Genoa level.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
you got
rough.
the Dutch fans mad.
Ooh.
Bro, respect Genoa, bro. They tied Inter.
Respect Genoa.
Tied Inter.
Okay, if we played Genoa later in the season, I could promise you it's gonna be like 4.
Bro, you lost to Sassuolo twice last season, bro. Pipe down over there.
2 losses last season. Anyways,
And where's Sassuolo now?
next game, it is Arsenal versus Atalanta.
Damn, these Serie A teams are everywhere.
Yeah, teams are cooking.
2-0 Arsenal. Atalanta would be lucky if they get a shot.
That's rough.
You know, you're kind
that
of right.
boring ball.
I'm saying 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, so everyone says Arsenal's winning. I'll say 1-0
No,
Atalanta.
it's okay. Firms is gonna
Nah.
take the Atalanta
No,
side.
he said Arsenal was gonna win.
Atalanta that would be lucky if they get a shot.
Barbara,
No problem.
please stop
That-
talking
that
because
shot
your
is
curse
equal.
is more powerful than.
Say it
than-
again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Atalanta would be lucky to get one shot. Oh,
Get the comps out. Someone say Lukman will score a goal.
That was
in
my
the
best
final?
shot of all time.
That was a crazy.
that comp has like 1 million views on TikTok.
I know.
Crazy work.
Lukman man of the match.
Yeah,
in
look
the
at the
Europa
man
League
of the
final. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna pick
Martin Daroon.
Adamola Lookman.
Most random shout out.
Adam Moore, Lookman, man of
Versus
the match.
Bayer Leverkusen. on
Needs to score a hat trick. Makes actually. Oh my god, that was a
Plus
good
10
shout.
trillion aura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heavy over shot. I'm still living off of that. I walk into the club, I'm like, shit, bro. I called out Ademola.
He
Look
checks,
at
he checks his account. No, I still got it. I still got it.
Yeah, but Arsenal is.
I'll
Atalanta doesn't give me reassurance. They're not.
but maybe going into the season, I was like, okay, yeah, they're not necessarily title contenders. I wouldn't put them in that category, the
No.
top 4, but they were
Super
there.
inconsistent.
They're fringe top
They're
4.
fringe
Retegi
top
better than Lautaro.
Right now, yeah, apparently.
More goals.
But I tell you, better than Tammy Abraham and Morata.
More goals.
Clearly.
Not better than Morata, but
Better than
Tammy Abraham
Vlahovic. He has
conversation.
smokes Vlahovic.
Smokes Vlahovic. Smokes Vlahovic.
Leao is shit.
Bro, you're like when Juventus shit strikers, like when we just like shit and we leave them in the bowl, and then we flush, they end up at Atletico Madrid, and then when they come back, where do they go? To Milan.
And then
you're the
you're-
rat in the sewer that's like, please shit, please.
And then you're still under us every year, 5 years in a row.
What a horrible comparison. What the fuck? No rat is going, please, shit, please. Oh my god, please.
The producer T laughing. God damn.
Oh man.
Morata's.
I mean, this is what happens when you're at the end of the box to box.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you got to wait to the end of the box to box podcast.
We'll tell you guys what time it is. Do we tell them what time it is?
Oh,
You saw it.
It's 11.
Gulp.
It's 11 p.m.
Gulp. Anyways, listen, Atalanta, Arsenal. I'll give Atalanta 1-0.
Who's your man in the match?
3-0
Adam
Arsenal. Martin Daroon.
Kulusevski.
Ederson.
Ahmad
Ederson
Diallo.
hat-trick.
Retegi.
Retegi. Brace.
The world wakes up to Retegi in this match.
Tomorrow, that game will be the day Retegi
The
makes it
Prem
in
heads
first.
wake up to Retegi in this match.
Crazy work.
Oh man.
Anyway, yeah, we gotta hit the hay.
Yeah.
We gotta hit the hay.
Gotta hit the sack.
Thank you guys for watching. This was actually filmed right after filming
Our Q&A on the
a Q&A for our Patreon. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out.
Yeah.
That's all we really plug here.
We did a whole YouTube video on our Patreon also recently, an Ancelotti draft.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to watch that, you should check that out. And
That's all we got to plug, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Shameless.
Thank you guys for watching. We love you. We'll see you guys or speak to you guys next week.
Peace out.